Keep letting me let me know your Tammy Abraham stuff. But you know, originally we were here to speak about obviously what's happening sadly with Arsenal's pre-season plans. Sadly, Arsenal's pre-season plans have taken a spanner. A spanner's been thrown into the works. 552 hit the like button. If we look at this is from the Florida Cup. First things first, people. We are disappointed that Arsenal have decided not to participate in the 2021 Florida Cup. We wish the members of the Arsenal travelling party who tested positive for COVID-19 a speedy recovery as we continue making final preparations for the event. We will be in communication with fans who purchased tickets to see Arsenal in Orlando regarding their options. I sympathise with all fans who, that are in America that don't get the chance to go down. I can jump on a train, get a cab or whatever, and be at the Emirates whenever I want. You lot can't, so I feel sorry for you lot because you're not going to get to see the fans. Obviously, I feel sorry from a health point of view for the players that have tested positive. It obviously throws a spanner in the works in relation to what we're doing in pre-season. Fans have been robbed of a chance. The football players have been robbed of a chance. Has Balogun been to America before? I look at them young inner city London kids like Maitland-Niles. What, you've been on a couple pre-season. You've been America, China, these sort of places. But, football allows these guys to visit the world. And some other footballers in the first team, I don't know if Lokonga, Tavares, El Nene, I'm just throwing El Nene out there. I don't know how much of the world these guys have seen. So it robs them of the chance. And obviously staff as well. It robs us of togetherness. It robs us of special togetherness sort of moments like you see, in Dubai. Guendouzi's a bad example, but you heard a lot of stories coming out about seeing the players seeing a different side to Arteta seeing a different side to players. As much as this is about, well, yeah, technically he was born in America. Yeah, I always forget that. So yeah, my man's seen America in it. I don't know how scale he's seen America. Has he seen all of America? You see, I saved myself. So yeah, you get the point though. Balogun, El Nene, whoever. The fact is, Bear Man ain't seen all of the world, so they get to see that. Obviously, as much as pre-season is about tactics and fitness and all of these sort of things, people, it's about togetherness. Why do you think you always see footballers go to the pub or you used to? Because you get that camaraderie together. When you start to like each other beyond football, you're going to fight for each other. How many of you have played football with your boys that you've played, that you've played football with for years? That you've not even just played football with, you've probably got into some madnesses, you've gone school with, you've done all of these things. So when you're playing on the football field, you're fighting for them more. You want to win more. If someone tries to trouble them, you're backing it more. It's these sort of things that builds togetherness, and we're being robbed of that chance. Obviously, from a basic point of view, we're being robbed of a proper pre-season. Now, I don't think there's any excuses because you've seen these sort of incidences happening with clubs now. Pre-season's getting disrupted. We have to have considered it. We need contingency plans, for the players that haven't tested positive and, obviously quarantine and things. There's other different ways we can do. We heard Arteta. I heard you gave these lot homework when you first came in. Give yourself homework. Give them some more homework. Can you do some Skypes and work from things on a tactical point of view? Because you don't always have to be on a football field. There's other things we can do and ways we can get around them. So while I sympathize with this, there's only so much excuses that I can accept if I'm completely honest with you guys, people, in relation to if we do not have a decent season, the lack of preseason or the spanner in the works. We all knew it was a fallacy to have a perfect preseason with what's going on in the world right now, people. So as you could see here, before I look at the other articles, people, there's still no excuses. Send them homework, find contingency plans, do something. There's still something there. And while we've been robbed of a chance to go to America, there's something to be said of, can we use that to advantage? Obviously, when London Coley is open and things like that, can we use that to our advantage? Because now we don't have to travel. There is traveling, all of that stuff takes chunks out of how long you're able to train with the team, time difference, jet lag, all of these things are not a problem. Obviously, if London Coley is allowed open, the people that are positive have to stay away, but then it can make it easier because we're at our training base, we're working, we're doing whatever. Or could we go back to Scotland? Could we go St George's Park, the national stadium? There's things we could do in England, and it probably could make getting transfers in and out easier because we're not on the other side of the world. There's still time for Arteta to plan. As you can see here, the most important, I'm not going to lie, the most important part of pre-season for me with him is being disrupted because this is the second half of pre-season. The play games are gone now. The season starts in a couple of weeks. Fair enough, it's not going to be, to the same level of if we played them in the Prem, but you've now got Chelsea and Spurs and then Brentford. Things are getting real, you know, and it's been ruined. But at the same time, shift happens. In life, things happen. You can plan for everything and it happens. And I think the last 18 months, 2 years have shown everyone, I'm not trying to be critical, but shift happens. We have to have considered this. You know, did we really think it was going to be kumbaya? You know, we're over this COVID stuff, and we're probably still going to see more. Me personally, I think in the UK, we're going to see a lockdown before the end of the year because you're seeing cases rise and things are being opened up and stuff like that. And I mean, it doesn't take a genius to work these things out. Like I said, regardless, there are no excuses. Man are not going to care. Man and women, I keep saying man are, people are not going to care better yet if we're 8th in December, if we've not won certain games, if no, people don't care. And that goes for everyone, not just Arteta. There's no time for that. Things still need to get done. There's still time to plan. The excuses aren't really there, if I'm completely honest with you. But I do sympathize with them because you look at it, you look at this, people. You know, US trip off after positive COVID test. Now, David Ornstein was the first guy I saw break it. Following a small number of positive COVID tests among the planned party to travel to America tomorrow, we have sadly been forced to withdraw from the Florida Cup. So first and foremost, health is wealth. Hopefully, you know, nobody has any serious problems with contracting this. Hopefully everybody's cool, you know. It disrupts everybody's. Second of all, obviously it harms collective preseason, but individual preseason, you know. I don't know who was the first team, but I'd imagine there would have been a couple of young players tagging along, you know, some young players that might have ended this tour and went out on loan or doing whatever, go back to the 23s or 18s. There probably would have been a couple of those to make up the numbers. So they've been robbed of a chance of showing Arteta what it's about. They've been robbed, you know, every men's team's preseason now at the senior levels has been disrupted. Our under 18s and 23s, we had to close London Coley. I don't know how it's contracted, but there's a small number of positive tests. And obviously the club are going to play it down. They don't want a circus, so they're never going to tell you the actual number. But a small number out of a 25-man team, a small number could be 7, you know. There's an issue. And that 7 could have done a madness elsewhere. So we'll have to see. So I sympathize with everyone. And obviously it doesn't help Arteta because it feels a bit disgusting to really use this as an example, but let's just say what Leno's in there, you know, a couple of people got it. Let's just say Tierney's cool, Bellerin's cool. I mean, Chambers is cool because he's going to be our first choice right back if nothing happens. But let's just say Gabriel and Ben White is signed for this club. Ben White and Gabriel have got it. Leno's got it, but Chambers and Tierney are fit, so you can't, and we want to work with our defense. So obviously you can only work with your defense so much. So these things are clangers, these things are going to happen, but we have to live with it. You know, even from midway through the season, people are going to contract COVID. It's one of them ones there. Health is wealth. It's disappointing, but fundamentally, hopefully everybody's safe. We fully understand what a disappointment this is for our supporters in America who were looking forward to seeing us compete in the Florida Cup as part of our preseason build-up. Our apologies also go to the organizers of the Florida Cup who had done a fantastic job making the preparations and our partners who had arranged events around our participation in the tournament. We are glad to say members of staff are currently not displaying any COVID symptoms. They are now in self-isolation at home. We are making alternative arrangements in line with Premier League protocols to continue our preparations for the new season. We hope everyone understands this difficult situation, which is beyond anyone's control. I don't think anyone can't not people because it's an issue. As you lot know, Arsenal cancelled pre-season tour to the USA after a small number of COVID cases within the squad. And again, it doesn't matter who's got it, who hasn't got it. It has disrupted it, but we're going to have to deal with it. You know, shift happens, as I keep saying, people. It happens, you know. We're going to have to obviously schedule some other games because we've been robbed of, you know, it. I don't know nothing about the Colombian side, but playing Inter Milan and Everton, 2 good opportunities to get significant minutes and good workouts. You know, the Colombian side probably would have given it to us. So we've been robbed of 3 games. So obviously we've got probably schedule some friendlies more so than we've done in previous seasons. And then probably got to move base. You know, can we, you know, England's a big place. I haven't seen much. To me, seeing much is going to Tottenham Court Road from North London. So you could imagine there must be a little remote place you lot can go. Whether you can find teams to play up there, I don't know. Whether you have to play among yourselves, I don't know. Because again, COVID's an issue. It's disrupted us. But it is what it is, man. We're going to have to deal with it. So we've been robbed of 3 friendlies. We're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to just do a get back. I'm trying to see if this article in particular has anything that hasn't been said, people. It hasn't. So it is what it is in that regards. It's unfortunate, but we're gonna have to just deal with it. There's no other way around it, really and truly, folks. 48. Hit the like button if you haven't. Obviously,